And we're back here on KUBE 57. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo talking with Rick Perez, our Houston legend. So let's go back to your company and this latest one, right, with the circular economy, correct? And how you're making some very, very significant changes, but not just here in the Houston area, but across the globe. Correct. What was your first venture outside of the United States?
Well, we're in 13 countries now.
Okay.
Our first venture was Mexico.
Okay.
And the reason we picked Mexico was, one, is per capita is the largest consumption drinkers in the world, so wow. It's big. Mm-hmm. And second of all, is the easiest way of recycling. We used to say digital optical sorter. So digital optical sorter, we used to use manpower back then, instead of actually using now what we use is all equipment and technology to drive it. But that was our biggest venture. We started in Mexico. We still have about 700 employees down there. And it's a big operation for us.
And so from a global perspective, when you look at the environment, there seems to be more and more pressure on corporations to do something about this. You've come in, you've found a solution, but I go back to where is your mind as you're walking around? It feels like it's just a natural part of your DNA to think of and look for opportunities and go back and huddle with very smart people on your team and research and development. But is that about right?
Yeah, it really the key thing is always trying to find the solution. So we call our everybody a customer. We don't call them customers. We call them environmental partners. Okay. And we don't call it trash. We call it finding your hidden green assets. Mm-hmm. And so if you look at something that has value and you call it trash, that's a problem, right? Mm-hmm. So we are always finding a way to challenge ourselves, our staff, and finding a way to get better. So we did it with PET bottles, now we're doing flexible packaging. We manage everything from the back of a store. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, most companies and most people look at as packaging as just it's trash once you don't use it. And for us is we realize there's so much value there.
Yes, and you figured that out. Now, something that really impresses me, and I think it's really important for folks who are out there, perhaps either already are entrepreneurs or want to be about you, is that you have this insight on continuing ed, and that you've never reached a level of, I don't need to hear from others. Talk to them a little bit about some of the continuing ed and leadership classes and training you've put yourself about.
Well, one thing that we all know is when you stop learning, so all you can tell is what you've known up to that point. So what I do every year, I go either one class a year, and it's continuing education. It's all about continuing to learn what's out there. So I usually do, I go to Harvard for one, and then I go to Singularity University. Okay. And that is Silicon Valley technology. So it's really far out there, and what's going to be going on in the future, and all the new technology that's going on. Yes. And then you have to figure out how to capitalize that. So,
right. Like, what does this mean to my particular business?
So one is all case study driven. Yes. It's all about case studies and bring in what is the best processes, why companies do such a thing, why this one worked, why didn't it work. And then Singularity University is more about every technology that's out there, and probably 90% are going to fail. But what are they trying to do, and how are you pushing yourself into boundaries? And as an entrepreneur, if the answer is no and you assume no, you'll never get there.
Right. You have to always assume yes.
You always have to say, yes, I can. And how am I going to do it? And my saying is always find a way.
Yes.
Find a way.
My saying is sometimes no just means not now.
That's right.
And so we need to keep that, always in mind as you're an entrepreneur. It's not easy. It's a lot of persistence. It's a lot of hard work. Right. And I know you put in a lot of hours. You're traveling. You're keeping up with folks. What keeps you motivated to stay on top of all this? Because at this stage of your career, you could just say, you know what, I'm doing okay. But you always are trying to hit that next level. What is that about?
It's amazing you say that. One, I love what I do. I think that you have to be passionate, and I love figuring out what we can do better for next generations to come. I love everything we do as a company. I love the people that I work with. My colleagues are amazing. My founding partner, he was on the team that built the first 3D printer in the world, and I love being around really smart people, and just that drive of finding a better way to do things. That's what I want to do. I mean, I can only play so much golf. I like creating.
Good. And on that note, I know you've got children, and we like to ask all of our Houston legends, in terms of where you are today and where you'd like to be, if you could tell us what you'd hope that your legend will be for your children and your family.
Oh, that's great. For me, all I want to do is I want my kids to be happy in life. It's funny. I think when you go through this life, which is the struggles we're going to face, happiness is the chase, right? And hopefully you do something good with it. If you're happy with yourself and then you find a way to do something, give back. And giving back doesn't mean charity things. It means giving back to your society, to your environment, whatever you're going to do. Just have fun, be happy, and be productive, right? And productive is they don't need to be the next CEO of Apple. I just want them to be happy in what things they do and be a good person, and that's really what I want from them.
Okay.
You know?
Well, and on that note, be happy and enjoy your birthday today, Rick Perez.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for joining us. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we thank you for joining us here on KUBE 57. We'll see you very soon. On behalf of our board of directors and our staff, thanks for joining us. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. Have a great day.